that they serve you are opinionated views. Don't switch on my TV, 'cause all they do is lie. And I don't need no programming telling me what to buy. But I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. I don't believe in aliens. I don't believe the news. I don't believe in war. What are the reasons why they're for? Don't believe celebrities pretending to be what they ain't. Make poverty history, they say, bold and the same. But I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. Don't believe the justice system will give you what you deserve. It's all around bad judges and Lucifer they serve. Don't believe banks are honest, they fleece you to the bone. When there's nothing left to get, they'll even take you home. But I believe the truth will set you free. 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 Don't believe the news, 'cause all that they serve you are opinionated views. I don't switch on my TV, 'cause all they do is lie. I don't need no programming telling me what to buy. But I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you, the truth will set you free. I believe 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 the truth will set you free.
Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are doing fine today. Just a quick mic check. And I hope you guys are having a great Sunday or Monday. Shout out to my friends who are already here in the chat. So Garth Peterson 7588, hello brother. We will chat sometime. We will schedule a talk. Whistleblower, RIP. Thanks, brother, for being here. You've been faithful, so long. Crystal Jam, how are you, Crystal? Hope you're doing fine today. Blue Star 84, how are you, Blue Star? It's flat 5087. It is flat, you're right. My brother, Flat Earth Patriot, hope Canada is doing fine. We're still going on here in Japan. We don't know what's going to happen. Hello. Hello, it's flat. So Yuko is in the house. How are you, my dear sister in Christ? Yuko, I love you in Christ. Glad to have you here. So many good people made the morning this morning or the evening. As you can see, I have in my backdrop now the uh, map of the North Pole. Right there, you see in the middle, Rupes Negra. So it's a pretty good backdrop for the live stream. So I guess you guys can hear me well. Thanks, Crystal. Yeah, I'm having actually some. I got a runny nose due to the cold, so I'm drinking some hot tea as we have the live stream today. Hello, Kimberly. Kimberly's in the house. So welcome to the show, everyone. So let's go ahead and get started. First of all, you guys can hear me well, right? I believe so. I haven't seen any. I think you guys can hear me well. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you so much. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Thank you. Yeah, great backdrop it is, huh? So I really like it. Uh, you know, that's what it is. The whole secret's right there. They hide this land in this middle there. So let's go ahead and get started here. I have a few things that I want to cover today. I pick up a little bit from the last week. First of all, I want to tell you that the theme, the name of the show today is who is this week's antichrist, or who is the antichrist this week? Because this is the problem. Thank you, Yuko. This is the problem with the whole futurism, dispensationalism. They keep changing, every year, every week, every day. It's a different antichrist, you know. So let's go ahead and get that cleared out. A few things that I want to share first. We live on a world where everything is manufactured. Everything is manufactured for our distraction. You have the heliocentrism, which is taught as reality today in our school system. We have in the religious field, we have the futurism, dispensationalism created by the Francisco Rivera, the Jesuit, another Jesuit created the preterism, saying everything is allegorically, it's not a real thing. We have George Lemaitre, the Big Bang guy. It's all Jesuit theater. We live in a Jesuit world where the Jesuits really play a role molding the reality. And we have another Jesuit here, the only one who was able to say, between quotation mark, a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. So that's the kind of world we live today. It's totally manufactured to deceive. We are constantly being deceived. Shout out to this channel here, Lifting the Veil, Charlie Kirk Analysis, Digital Twin. So just like I played in the beginning, all the CGI, green screen stuff, we find the same thing here on the Charlie Kirk. As we watch here, you see the microphone glitching, just like look at how it glitches right there. See? So just like the NASA, same thing as NASA footage, when the microphones or the wires or even the whole people glitch. Last week I showed the Chinese. Uh, Look at the whole his neck morphs into, yeah, his mouth disappears. So you see the kind of reality we live in, which is manufactured. And they present this on TV, and they have a whole bunch of people talking about this. It's a entirely manufactured reality. Okay, that's the gunshot there being hidden. Okay, see there? You see through the letters from his t-shirt, through his hand, you know? So totally manufactured images, CGI stuff. You know, my opinion, Charlie Kirk is now on a beach, living somewhere, I think in Tel Aviv or something, That's my opinion. That's my opinion, okay, guys. But I haven't, nobody said that, that's just my opinion. So you see how manufactured our reality is, you see the microphone here disappear, morphing out, you know. We see two leads there, two things, it's pretty. See there, two microphones lines right there. So it's just like layers, layers of editing, layers. See there? Now you see two. Now you see none. Like two layers. So our whole reality is manufactured, and then you have Candace Owens, which is this lady supposed to be digging. Oh, I want the truth, I want the truth, but in fact, she's just distracting. She's leading the people into one direction. You know, the whole thing. Look at top of his head disappears. You know, look at that. If you remember, I think there is an astronaut, a baldy one. There also his head disappears, and there is another one that his entire head morphs into the ISS roof compartment. So this is just to highlight for you how our reality is totally, yeah, let us change place. See there, freedom becomes like uh, drown, drown, the whole thing changes place. Death disappears. So that's just for you to see how our reality is really manufactured, you know. So I wanna share with you guys this thing here that I came across this week. It's pretty sickening. Uh, the whole, the whole narrative that we talked about, the steps, the crisis actors and everything, the media, how the media plays with us. Some of you might not remember. You guys, some of you are young, too young, but I remember. Yeah, I'm going to talk about these issues later today. So the Bosnia Herzegovina war, Sarajevo, and everything. So it came out a couple of weeks ago. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. It made it on the news in Italy that those people were being shot in Bosnia Herzegovina, Sarajevo, all that region. And we were led to believe that, like terrorists or other people were shooting innocent bystanders and children and women, when in fact they were selling packages for millionaires to go and hide in buildings and shoot innocent people just for the fun of it. And every millionaire was paying like $20,000 just to be there. So I want to play this so you can have an idea what's going on. You see other people running, shots being fired. Early 90s, I believe, 93, 92, 91. And you let you believe that, oh, they were fighting. And those guys are there, the UN, probably protecting those rich men, taking them from one place to another. They were paying $20,000 to hide in buildings and shoot innocent people. You can check that out. It made the news about 2 weeks ago. So you see what kind of state world we live where the news, you know, telling, oh, all those war, there's a war there, and the bad guys are shooting innocent people, when in fact, you see there, they're shooting innocent people. People paying $20,000, millionaires, billionaires, just to be there shooting these innocent people. And not only that, like a couple women who were in that island, so-called Epstein Island, said that the same thing happened in that island after some of the girls, after being abused, raped, they were let loose and people hunting them down, you know. So this is the kind of world we live in, where the media portrays one thing, tells us one thing, but these evil people, they are running the show and they do despicable things, and it's unbelievable. All right, I want to go ahead and get started to this presentation of today, which means like who is the antichrist this week. Not that there are any antichrists, because we are now living in Satan's little season. But the problem is that futurism or helio or dispensationalism with this doctrine has been deceiving so many Christians. And we will look at this today. All right, so let me get started with this image again. The Jesuits, behind every deception, pretty much every deception, from the Big Bang to heliocentrism and then the dispensationalism, preterism, and the other guy here with the TFE stuff. Here we see a guy pushing dispensationalism on TV, on the Christian Popular Network. You see his hand right here, you know, the symbol, the Baphomet symbol right there, the pose, the Freemasonic pose, you know, all these people, they work together. Another one here, and a couple of videos that made the on YouTube this week. How many churches today are worshiping a flag instead of worshiping Jesus Christ? See here, this guy preaching something that Christians are not supposed to be doing. I showed you this week, about a week ago. This is a famous pastor in Brazil. He's not Jewish. This is not a synagogue, it's a church. But you see, they blaspheme, This guy was caught during a live streaming from his house. He had a big picture of Albert Pike next to him. So, and they push this, you know, most Freemasons, they will always push for the Temple of Solomon, you know. And this is a video of him. Look at the crazy stuff inside his church. He has a replica of the ark, and he's there praying to the ark, you know. And that's crazy. That's the deacons of his church all praying around the ark, you know. I mean, you see what's going on with churches today. How have they gone away from Christianity? They are worshiping the flag and the temple, stuff that we are not supposed to be doing. This is not what we are supposed to be doing. This is another pastor, famous pastor in Brazil. See there? Same thing here in a ceremony. This is an astronaut, a Brazilian astronaut. This is the vice president, not the current vice president, the one before. Okay, this is the vice president of Brazil. And this is the back here, gonna see that pastor right there. Show again. Right there. You see the image? This is a ceremony with the, I forgot the name of the branch that Freemasons use, everything, They don't hide in Brazil, see that pastor right there? Just like David Wise being knighted, some sort of, yes, okay? So these are the kind of people that are running the show. So it's very difficult for us to get any truth when we have these people running the show. And so then now let me go ahead and cover this whole Antichrist stuff. 1973, this guy, David Berg, he published a book naming Gaddafi as being the Antichrist. Now, this time, he wasn't with this Children of God stuff. He was still a pastor, a regular pastor. Then he went on, he founded his own church, but it's the same what's the call? Dispensationalism idea, always naming an antichrist. And then you have here this author, Ronald Reagan, Antichrist. This book was written, I think it was like 1979. Okay. There, you can imagine how many copies he sold because he had identified the Antichrist. A lot of those stuff, it's a mix of people who learn this stuff, they just learn, or just gatekeeping. And then you have another book here, and the Antichrist at the End of Time. This book was written in 2005. In this book, they named John Paul II as the Antichrist. We all know he's dead today, you know. And this one here, written I think in 1998, says that Prince Charles of England, when he had just become a widower because 1997 Lady Diana died. So it was named him as the Antichrist and a cup of tea. So you see dispensationalism, the mistake these people do, because they are based on a false teaching. Pilots for the Antichrist, Saddam Hussein's drive to rebuild Babylon, and it's based in Bible prophecy. We all know Saddam Hussein is dead today. A book written in 1996 telling Saddam Hussein was the Antichrist. You can imagine how many books were sold, promoted in churches, all that stuff, all for nothing. You have here another book written in 1993 naming King Juan Carlos from Spain as the Antichrist. Another book sold, promoted, full of misinformations. Beginning of the End, John Hagee, this guy here, famous. He said that 1996, after the assassination of Yitzhak Rabin, that the Antichrist had arrived. This article is pretty interesting because it's not written by Christians. It's written by the Jewish Association. They say on the road to Armageddon, how evangelicals became Israel's best friend, in 2004. And this book focuses on dispensationalism, one version of Christian eschatology that since World War I has become nearly synonymous with fundamentalism. And this book, they say how in this time, some Christians were saying Henry Kissinger was the Antichrist. He already lied. So you see, dangerous friends because they don't consider, our Christians that friendly. You have another one written in 2010, Mikhail Gorbachev's Gog and Magog, the Biblical Antichrist. All things that these guys did, uh, predicted wrong because it's all based on a false doctrine. This book here in French, 2006, said that the prime minister from France, Francois Mitterrand, was the Antichrist at that time. And this one we covered a couple weeks ago. This is the person that, what's his name? Uh, Pastor Dean Odo said was the Antichrist. And I want to play this video here for you. This is Dean Odo back in 2016. The Lord showed me Donald Trump, and the Lord showed me that his hand was upon him. he would be the president that would protect Israel. America's a better fortress, but that we needed him, that really is the one God's hands upon. I'm just telling you, as a Christian and as a prophet, as a pastor, as a minister, the Lord showed me that his hand is upon Donald Trump. So, he pushed this stuff back again in 2019. So take a listen to this video here real quick. Then I'll go ahead and look at the comments. But pay attention to this video.
Of course, Daniel 9:27, this is the famous prophecy in the Bible that tells us that there will be a 70th week, or 1 week was held out of Daniel's 70 weeks. I'm going to tell you right now, there will be a Jewish temple on the Temple Mount, a third temple, and the Dome of the Rock will be outside. So by the midpoint of the tribulation, we will have a rebuilt Jewish temple. And let me tell you, the way we know that the treaty that is signed is the treaty that of Daniel 9:27, it's going to deal with two things. And when these two things are dealt with, when Israel is parted, the land is parted, and it creates a Palestinian state. That's Joel chapter 3. When it creates a Palestinian state and the sharing of the Temple Mount, that is the covenant of Daniel 9:27, and we know we have approximately 7 years to Armageddon. Is there a man in this world right now who fits all these things? I believe there is. So you ready? This is the guy I believe it is. And if I'm wrong, it doesn't matter anyway. But I believe God's revealing and taking the cover off. Is there a man on the scene right now? Yes, there is. His name is His Royal Highness, Crown Prince El Hassan bin Talal of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. I believe it's him, you guys. You decide on your own. I'll tell you one thing. We will know for sure shortly. But don't be, and what's beautiful about this is those of you here today, those of you watching by True God TV, when it come to pass, when you see him step into that temple and declare himself to be God and start issuing that mark, shoot me an email. Say, hey. Amen. I believe it's the guy. Like I said, you go back, you look at the Word, you study this, go to C-SPAN, look it up. You hear him talk, it's quite eerie.
All right, so he was wrong. Okay, you can shoot Dinodo an email saying you're wrong, the guy's dead today. He's not the Antichrist, So, I mean, that's the mistakes that people make when believing this whole heliocentric, futurism stuff. So then you have the Elon Musk, you have here the Obama, you have there Leland Jones saying Trump was the Antichrist. You have this guy here saying Emmanuel Macron was the Antichrist or is. Biden's the Antichrist. Jared Kushner the Antichrist. The new mayor of New York is the Antichrist. The first lady, the Prince of Saudi Arabia is the Antichrist. So, it gets like, man, when this thing is going to end, And Bill Gates, the Antichrist, right? So, just for you to have an idea, I tried to I asked ChatGPT to make give me a percentage of Christians who believe. They gave me the dispensationalists as 7.4%, but if all Pentecostals believe the same thing, it's about 20%. Okay, it's really only a small fraction that believes that, and many people don't no longer believe this whole dispensationalism stuff. It keeps changing. Okay, and I believe, like I came across this, was the 60s counterculture a manufacturing of a government psyop that was conducted upon the public? A lot of interesting evidence has come forward support expecting that it was. So you see the whole movement, like the hippie movement, being orchestrated by governments. Just imagine if this world is, which it is, controlled by the Jesuits, how much more stuff they have in their, hiding under their sleeves. A lot of tricks they have out there. Praying. Uh, I don't know if you guys have seen this video here. This is a music video by what's his name, Sammy Hagar from Van Halen. Let me play here real quick.
50 more years, and we're all gonna know
But this song was written in 1977.
why, when, where, how, and who gets to go. Let's all have a good time before the break of life. Things will start separating come 2025. So look for the Santa Cruz. It won't make the front page of news. That depends upon which side that you choose. There's a crack, there's a crack in the
Isn't that interesting, guys? He basically says, 50 years ago, they already had a script. Everything was written. Just like when you see the whole COVID stuff, there was a book written in 1987 that described the city, Wuhan, the kind of, so they have all planned out, 30, 40, 50 years ago. They have everything in plan. So I believe, in my opinion, now this whole futurism and dispensationalism is also a psyop, right? Really a psyop that it was orchestrated by the same people who have the power to make things happen, if so to speak, right? So I got a couple more slides here to present, and then I'll go back to the song. Just a couple more. So many people have woken up. This guy here, I came across this video 4 years ago. One book shook my understanding of the revelation. Will my old views hold up? Actually, he changed his mind. He's no longer a dispensationalist because, the whole thing has already happened. Shout out to David. He sent me this video here. Historical setting of the book of Revelation, showing that Revelation written in 65 AD. Okay, no, in 95 AD, that's not true. And one more time, this guy here is saying that the Messiah will come and rebuild the temple. And I got these questions for many people who are still holding this dispensationalist idea, which they believe the Messiah. The Jews think their Messiah will come and build the temple, but the prophecy of Daniel says that when the Messiah comes, the temple would already have been rebuilt for like hundreds of years. So I ask my friends who still believe in dispensationalism to reconsider, watch a couple videos, see that the thing doesn't hold any water. You see, Dinodo, he can be, if he's not a gatekeeper, which I like him, I think he's on just being deceived. He has to open his eyes and admit that dispensationalism has made him commit some serious sins, like saying that God gave him a vision that Trump was going to win the election 2020, all that stuff. So, yeah, my people perish for the lack of knowledge. So we need to be studying. We need to be looking at that stuff all the time. The Bible has been changed. I agree. There is a whole debate going on about the Septuagint. The Greeks say that the Jews have changed their Bible, the Masoretic text and everything, and given to Christians. So a lot of things, that's going on. I like Dinodo as well, brother Ferret. And I have invited him. He blocked me, but it's okay. I don't hold any grudge against him. If he wants to come over, tell his side. But he's wrong on dispensationalism, which is leading him to sin. He's telling that he's having visions, that God was going to put Trump in the White House in 2020. You see everything that's going on, with Trump. Actually, I have come to believe that the whole, law enforcement is really to hide. They are putting there just to hide the real criminals and to bring other people, small people, to justice. But have you guys seen those ICE videos? The ICE, the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, something like that. Have you seen the videos, like how dragging people out of cars, going to like Home Depot or Lowe's, grocery shops, taco stands, how they drag people, they throw them on the ground and beat them sometimes. How come you never see those people going on the people on the Epstein list? You don't see it. They always go on the little guy, undocumented guy selling tacos, but you don't see, they having the Epstein list on their hands going after those guys. This is how it is. This is the sadness of the situation. So they are put there just to protect the bad guys. All right, guys, let's play a first song of the day, okay? And then we're gonna move on to other topics. Talk a bit about flat Earth, of course. But let me play a song. First song, choose a song here. I'm gonna play Zetetsk Truth. I really like this song here.
It's that time of year again, the solstice in the air, setting up the gear, feeling that electric flare with the P1000 ready and the mic in my hand, capturing the midnight sun as it paints the land. With every frame we shoot, the mysteries unfold, trusting what we see, not just what we're told. As the sun circles close, painting daylight through the night, we capture every moment, always seeking out the light.
Under Arctic skies, where the sun never sleeps, chasing hidden truth, secrets running deep. The horizon tells a story that the globe denies. In the land of the midnight sun, we see through the lies. In the dance of the stars, we find our own way, questioning the tales that the textbooks say. With each truth we uncover, we rewrite the song. In this journey for the answers, together we belong.
Beneath the surface of the world, hidden layers unfold, ancient whispers guiding us to stories untold. Through the lens of the seeker, we challenge the norm. In the quest for the real, new truths are born. The sun circles overhead, a luminary in flight, 360 degrees revealing hidden light. With Zetetic's eyes and NLM's truths, we break the mold, trusting what we witness, not the stories that we're told.
Each summer since the start, our lens have captured the view. Time-lapse the journey, chase skies of every hue. Through Zetetic research, the patterns come to light, uncovering the mysteries hidden in plain sight. Under the endless sky, we seek the light of truth,
questioning the stories we've been told since our youth. Circling the sun, we find a path so clear. In the dance of day and night, the answers we hold dear.
The sun's not far away, not a distant burning spear, a luminary mystery that draws us ever near. We question what we're told, seeking answers in the light. On this path of discovery, we bring the truth to sight. In the magic hour glow, the world turns soft and pink, colors of the midnight sun more vibrant than we think. Each hue a testament to the wonders that we find, capturing the magic that inspires heart and mind. Each hue a testament to the wonders that we find, capturing the magic that inspires heart and mind.
The seasons change as the sun makes its round, a circling light above where new truths are found. No tilt to explain what we feel and see, just the sun's path above, marking time so naturally. In the whispers of the wind, we find the hidden clues, challenging the narratives, redefining the news. With eyes wide open, we trace the patterns in the sky, seeking out the answers that make the questions fly.
Theory spun by those who never question what they're taught, pseudoscience stories that unravel when they're caught. We seek the deeper truths beyond the veil of grand designs, unraveling the mysteries and reading through the lines, basking in the glow of a sun that never sets, warmth that lingers on, no moment for regrets. 24-hour daylight in the northern sky, so bright, a testament to wonders that unfold before our sight.
As the sun dips low and the journey finds its end, we pack up all our gear, ready to do it all again. With synthetic eyes, we capture truth in every frame, signing off for now until the solstice calls our name. As the solstice fades and the days return to norm, we pack our gear away, waiting for the next year's storm. It's just a brief goodbye until the sun stands still once more, and we'll be back again, chasing light like never before.
Each summer since the start, my lens captures the view, time lapse in the journey, chasing skies of every hue. Through synthetic research, the patterns come to light, uncovering the mysteries hidden in plain sight. Under the endless sky, we seek the light of truth, questioning the stories we've been told since our youth. Circling the sun, we find a path so clear in the dance of day and night, the answers we hold dear.
Hi, shout out to the Tech Truth Tube, beautiful song showing the sun going around the land of Jesus, right here, going around the land of Jesus. All right, a couple of comments here that I want to highlight, that are good comments. So Daniel talks about the movie They Live. Also, they had the Jesuits would be achieve full control in 2025. Now, just like the song by Sammy Hagar, written in 1977, not a good comment here. Maybe the crack in the world in Zechariah 14:4. That crossed my mind when I heard the same song. Yeah, the crack in the firmament. We have what they call, I forgot the name. I forgot the name of that famous crack in the firmament. That's perhaps when the sky road opened. Yeah, that's the comment right there. The crack Jesus already returned. The seven churches also, they aren't there. Yes, they've been destroyed. So, everything points to the fact that everything already happened in the past. There's no futurism. Futurism is a big psyop. Let me see what else. Yeah, perhaps he got compromised after, it's just like Russian Vid says, if you open a church, you need the permission from the city, and you know who runs the city, who are behind all the people, in the club. So, yes, we are watching a movie. We are constantly watching a movie. Everything is played out like the whole Trump. I think there was a book saying that he would be doing stuff in 2025, Okay, I think that's it. No. I'm not trying to identify the Antichrist, brother. Let me make clear. I made a disclaimer at the beginning. I'm saying people keep saying, who is every week you have a different antichrist. So I'm kind of calling out, say, you know, who is the antichrist this week? Because last week it was the mayor of no, it was the prince from Saudi Arabia visiting the White House. The week before was the mayor of New York. Last month was the Trump's son-in-law. So I'm not identify away from it because we are in the little season. Everything already happened. You know, Antichrist was Nero. So I'm not trying to. Don't make this interpretation because what I'm saying, I'm pointing out the mistakes, the fallacies of futurism, dispensationalism, which you see a pastor here having dreams. Oh, this person is an antichrist. Not mentioning, guys, if you go to different nations, for example, in Brazil, I saw a video saying Bolsonaro was the antichrist. Another one saying that Pablo, what's his name? Pablo was a candidate for mayor. Pablo, I forgot his name, was the antichrist. So just dispensationalism is, it's a big, in my opinion, today, after studying, it's just another psyop. Okay, to me, it's another psyop. So let's go on. I want to present a couple more things here. Last week, we were talking about the staircase of disbelief. All right, we went over the steps. We went up the steps, right? So I added one more here. Okay, we started with JFK assassination. We went to the 9/11 attacks. Now we know the truth that not people holding box cutters did anything. We find out about the weapons of mass destructions. There were none. Okay, although all the propaganda, the excuse to invade Iraq. We saw the whole crisis actors, school shootings, all that stuff. World War I, World War II. We see the truth now that probably both sides were working together behind the scene. The whole COVID stuff, the media, how both the left and right wing media was pushing the same narrative. The moon landing, I just saw a debate. I didn't see the whole thing, just clips on TikTok. Bart Sibro, he debated this astronaut, and I think he did a good job because the astronaut had no answers for some of the questions. The lab meat, the whole Campbell soup, now 3D printed meat. We covered this. And the two-party system, which is basically one bird with two wings. The fake history, what we've been learning, the whole thing that happened in the 1700s, I believe, when Satan was let loose, according to the fake calendar. And I added one more here. We talked about Big Pharma, how the Big Pharma is not there to heal us, it's there to keep us sick, so we keep buying medicines. But I added this one, child trafficking. That was after that comment, because for the longest time in my life, I thought like agents like the Child Protection Service, and when they issue a number alert, they're really out there trying to find a child. When in fact, I think Ghislaine Maxwell, the lady who is in jail, I think her friend was the one who was overseeing the whole Amber Alert stuff. So again, those agencies are there to protect the real criminals, and they go after the little guy. Flat Earth, of course, where we are right now, and then in my next, my idea is that we are living in the millennial kingdom. I mean, the millennial kingdom is past. We are in Satan's little season, and that's what we are looking at right now. I did receive a lot of criticism. No, I haven't lost subscribers. I actually gained subscribers, but I lost 2 Patreons. But I got some good feedback. I got this one from my friend Rick. I agree, and I have done research a lot also. and do think you are on the right path. Everything they tell us is a lie. There has been lots revealed in the last few years, and it's clear that the little we know is so messed up. It makes it hard to see. It is sad that people feel the need to fight about it and cannot just relax and look at things from every angle and realize that what we know might not be the case. I had an old preacher I liked to listen to, and he had a saying that sticks with me to this day. It's not what you don't know that's the problem. It's the things you know that are not so. So stay strong and fight the good fight. That's Vic Wrinkly. Thanks, Vic. I appreciate your comment. I did lose 2 patrons, but I got 2 new patrons. So I want to thank all you, my 12 patrons. I have erased the last name. I don't want to compromise anybody. But I got Galaxy 27, thank you. And Daniel, Pastor Daniel, don't want to say your last name here. And the others, Skeptical AI, Wes, he set a comparison upon the face of the earth, Joyce P., Graham Barrio, Flat Earth Patriot, Steve C., The Skeptical Christian, Yoko, Stephanie Churning. So thank you so much, guys having being sticking around. All right, the Super Shield Defender came out with a video about me talking, making fun. I don't know. Super Shield Defender, Dave Device. It's all family, they're all family. All those shields, they all buddy together. They talk together. They're all family, pretending to be enemies, but just not actors from this great Freemasonic Jesuit play. And they are actors playing the role, of flat earthers, you know. But David Duhai is a big TFE defender, made so many videos defending his buddy Jaron, just like peas and carrots, defending, he's still defending. He made funny thing because he put out a video, attacking me and Vika, but at the same time he protects his friend Jaron Campanella. It's hilarious, guys. It's this stuff. It's so funny, Not even, it's hilarious. This stuff is hilarious. So I was gonna play this song here, the uh, Home Depot, but I don't have it with me right now. Let's go ahead and listen to the second song for the day. Einstein's Wife. A lot of people liked this song. Let's listen to Einstein's Wife.
Oh, Einstein wasn't even smart, just a character he played. He worked inside the patent office, all things others had made. He said E equals MC squared, and it set him up for life. But if you're not convinced he was one of them, then just look at his wife. Oh, Einstein's wife. Einstein's wife, did you ever see such a woman in your life? They're also kissing cousins, and there's rumors by the dozen. So if you ever have low self-confidence, just look at Einstein's wife. First wife was Melilla, a genius scientist. Old Albert won the Nobel Prize while she was left with the kids. But Albert was a cheating then with his cousin down the road. And so she left to start again, but her name was never known. Some say he stole all of her work and lived his famous life with luxury and stardom and his gorgeous cousin wife. Oh, Einstein's wife. Einstein's wife, did you ever see such a woman in your life? They're also kissing cousins and there's rumors by the dozen. So if you ever have low self-confidence, just look at Einstein's wife. Einstein's wife, Einstein's wife, did you ever see such a woman in your life? They're also kissing cousins and there's rumors by the dozen. So if you ever have low self-confidence, just look at Einstein's wife.
Hi, Einstein's Wife. It's a very funny song by Queen of Space on TikTok. All right, so I just want to make clear, okay? Just like my friend from Brazil, he got it wrong. But brother, this show is not about naming any antichrist. On the contrary, I'm calling out. I'm asking those people who are keep doing this stuff that reconsider, start looking at little season, that we are now living Satan's little season, and this whole dispensationalism, you know, it's really messed up. You know, in my opinion, today, the more I look, the more I see that the whole thing is, it's a big psyop, in my opinion. Let me share some of the videos that I've been watching, and all are in my list. You can go to my little season playlist. It's right there. Okay, the 1700 catastrophe, the first scientists to rewrite human history. This is not even a. This is not even like a little season channel. They're just looking. Regular people are looking at the fake history right now. See how things don't make sense. Okay, another one here on my playlist. Evidence that Jesus and the saints already completed the millennial reign. This one was sent to me by David, historical setting in the book of Revelation. He proves that Revelation was written around 65 AD. You know, I'm still halfway on this by John Levy. Satan's Little Season, my perspective. You know, keep watching the lot of good things that I always put together. I try to bring really good videos of people questioning the narrative on the flat earth. This is really good. Right? Domination, desolation already happened. Satan's little season, past fulfillments. I still need to watch this one by Christopher Sparks from Australia. He's talking about flat earth. This. Right? So, see, Israel first lie. A lot of lies being taught in church today by Zionists and all that stuff. We need to be careful and really need to re-examine. I'm inviting Pastor Tinodo one more time if he wants to come over, give his side. Guys, if you want to support the channel, here are the links. Every video of mine, you have links to my online store. Actually, I want to share something else today. I almost forgot. Glad I remember now. So a few months ago, I created this. It's a beautiful. It's a conspiracy poster. Okay, it's called the conspiracy facts and facts poster. So I'm gonna make it available for you guys to download today. So this is really cool. If you have a copy at home, you can download today and print your own copy. So you keep in your living room like I do, and sometimes I just start talking. My students they start talking, about the conspiracies, and because the other conspiracy maps they always hid flat Earth. I made sure to include the flat Earth right here. Nobody can miss this one. And I wrote here, flat Earth, the mother of all conspiracies. And I have a couple of Bible verses showing, for example, I saw and behold the tree in the midst of the earth, and the height thereof was great. Right here, Rupes Negra. He had compassed the waters with bounds until the day and the night come to an end. That's the antichrist. Okay, so let's look at some of the conspiracies that we have here. I have Johnstown, the Kool-Aid stuff, Deception Island. What does 37,000 feet to 14,000 feet means? Well, it means that in the middle, around the North Pole, an airplane can fly, a commercial airplane flies up to 37,000 feet. But closer to the Antarctic Circle, the closer you get, the lower the altitude. So the maximum that you can fly around this area is 14,000 feet. A lot of stuff that are just names there, and then you have to dig, Huma Abedin, you know what this means. The volume studio right here in Union Glacier. Project Bluebeam, Code, NASA Studios. Right? So it's just some names that you can dig yourself. The Egyptian temple in Tennessee, which I believe the earth right at the time of Christ, Pangaea, all the continents were closed together. And then upon the return of Christ, we see the crack in the firmament, and we see all the evidence by the islands being put away from each other. So a lot of things here that we can go over. Heart attack gun. Some people believe that guy, the journalist that interviewed John Kerry, George Bush, they used this thing here on him. I forgot his name. He used to do like the Meet the Press, I guess. The carpet bomb in Laos, where destroyed those giant, uh, the giant vases. The Sarajevo siege right here, just play the video for you guys. You know, millionaires right there shooting at innocent people, paying $20,000 to be there. I even have Satan's Little Season right here. So I got a lot of stuff, you know, the mystery orbs. A lot of those mystery orbs and the drones, now they found out it's Palantir, you know. Marina Abramovich, Manhattan Project. So this is a very cool poster that you print and just leave it there. When people say come over and visit you, say, well, what's going on with this? What's it all about? Hubble is an airplane. I forgot the name of the guy. He made a couple of videos about this and even called NASA and he recorded a call. Squid Game was real. Yeah, just like the Bosnia Herzegovina, Sarajevo, you know. So this stuff, you know, Judea declares war on Germany in 1932. Yoganami Island here in Japan, the sunken city. So a lot of things, cool things. So I'm gonna drop a link for you guys. You can download this, and you know, you can download and print yourself if you want to uh, buy one off the store. You can buy one a printed map. You know, it's right there. So I'm gonna drop a couple links for you guys. First one that I will drop is the link for you to download for free. You can download for free. But if you want to help the channel, you can order the map. So let me find here the link. Okay, this is a Google Drive link. Okay, you can download for free if you want a copy of this map, Google Drive map. Google Drive conspiracy map. So if you want, download for free. Here's the link. If you guys want to support the channel, want to buy a copy, here's the link. Okay. Flat Banjo Store. Okay. And I appreciate. All right. Everything is in the chat now. Jay Dyer is the guy. He's Orthodox, right? I don't even know him. You know, I got a clip of TikTok of him talking about the 70 weeks of Daniel, which I liked it. But some people say that he's a Freemason. So I don't know much about him. So the only thing I know is that he converted. He was Baptist. He became Catholic. And after 10 years, he turned to the Orthodox Church. That's what I know. I saw like a short video on TikTok, so I never watched him. So he's an actor, possibly, you know. But what he said about Daniel's 70 weeks, I liked it because he came from this dispensational. Most of the people now that I've been watching videos, they used to be dispensationalists, just like I myself. when I joined the church, Baptist church, 3 months before being baptized, I had those Bible classes, and that's all they taught. They mentioned there was another interpretation that everything was allegorical, which I believe is preterism, but everything they taught was about the third temple, all that stuff. And but many people are waking up. Uh, are waking up to the fact that uh, Revelation was written in 60s, before 70 AD, before the temple being destructed. I don't know this guy here, so don't know what he's going on, but he's gone now. Was a troll in the. All right, guys. So let me see what else we have for today. We've been going on for like an hour and 6 minutes. I'm gonna play one more short video. I like those short videos by what's her name? This one, since we're talking about actors, I don't have any opinion because it doesn't really say a lot about flat Earth or anything. But some people see as as a conspiracy right there. So let's hear this one.
Did Paul McCartney die and was replaced by Billy Shears? And this old imposter been playing him for years. There's lots of evidence to say that this is the case. Different wife, different style, and even a different face. So the rumor started in '66 when old Paul went astray. Nobody knew where he had gone and the Beatles wouldn't say. Then 3 years later up he pops looking kinda weird. He's older, tall, and fans said no, that's not Paul that appeared. Oh, Billy Shears, he's been a fraud for 60 years. This Backstreet Paul impersonator still getting rich all these years later. Will the truth ever come to light? And we'll learn about Paul's real plight. Or will his headstone read McCartney? Oh, good old Billy Shears. His partner left and he got one new, that's just a coincidence. His manager died that same year at 32, that makes no sense. And then subliminal messages all started to show. A picture here, a lyric there, like the band wants you to know. Oh, Billy Shears, he's been a fraud for 60 years. This Backstreet Paul impersonator still getting rich all these years later. Will the truth ever come to light? And we'll learn about Paul's real plight. Or will his headstone read McCartney? Oh, good old Billy Shears.
I don't know. I've seen a couple of videos. This is something that I never really spent time, researching. I have no interest in researching, but I've watched a couple of videos, and I think they are pretty funny. And it might be true. I don't know. It's something I never researched myself. But some people say that Paul McCartney is not even, the real guy died. We never know. I came to believe, that the last 4 years or 2 years, I don't know, that guy playing Biden was really, what's his name? Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey. He looks more like Jim Carrey than the real Biden. Because when you look at Biden, his picture before to the latest, they are two different people. You guys should watch a movie called Moon Over Parador. Let's see if I find it here real quick. Moon Over Parador. I think it's it's a movie called the Moon Over Parador. Okay, let me show you the screen here real quick. So this movie tells a story of Richard Dreyfuss. He went to visit, I think it is this one right here. He went to visit a country in the Caribbean, okay? And the president there dies while he was there. See, that's Richard Dreyfuss right here, and that's the president. So what happened is, the president dies while he was there, and they kind of look alike. So he's not hired. He's threatened. He's like, you have to play the role of the president. So that's what he does. It's really funny. The movie is really funny. Let me play the trailer here. It's called Moon Lover Parador, 1988. It's an old movie. See there? It's probably him, of course. But he dies, the president dies, and then he has to play the role of the president. It's pretty funny, And you see, like, I think that's what happened to Joe Biden, that's my opinion, that's my opinion based on the movie. Dub Stack created the Beatles. Yeah, I've heard about that stuff. I think I have in the some things I have here. I think I even have the Paul McCartney stuff here. Not sure. It's been a while since I Lee Harvey Oswald, Lucid Dreams, Dog Suicide Bridge. This stuff is crazy, where there's a place in Scotland where they say some dogs go when they are old and they jump to death, So it's called the Dog Suicide Bridge, I watched a video about it. 1/3 of the fallen angels, the fake meat stuff, smart meters they installed. Yeah, I think that's why my bill now is so expensive, because they replaced the water meter, the gas meter, and now it's 3 times more expensive. It's so crazy. All right, so a lot of stuff here that we can spend time talking about. I love having this stuff here in my living room when friends come over or students. We talk about another control position right here, just like Dave Wise, Jaron Campanella, all his friends. So I hope you guys, enjoy it. And I think that's going to be all for today. Thanks everyone for being here. I wanted to maybe now I close the chapter on this whole dispensationalism thing. Daniel 70 weeks have been fulfilled in Christ, and we can move on, talk about flat earth and the little season. I plan to have a couple of very interesting people here as guests, so looking forward to the future. All right, so the land of Jesus, for example. What flat earth map, Luke? Right here. We have it right here. For how flight emergency landers prove this map is correct. Okay. As far as land beyond the Antarctic Circle, as far they went to, let me go ahead and play this video right here, since we're here. They reached 2,700 miles. What's his name? Admiral Byrd, 1957, Operation High Jump or Deep Freeze, whatever. The farthest they went was 700 miles, and they were stopped by an invisible barrier. All right, so let's watch this stuff right here. Let me just find it, because I need put on my glasses. Let me see. Play this video. Trying to find. I got it here, and I will play it today. Flights. Hold on, guys. I'm just trying to find the video. Oh, okay, I did it. Okay, so pay attention to this one.
What do we know about Operation High Jump, about Admiral Byrd's expedition? It was a massive naval operation that involved an aircraft carrier, several battleships, an armed submarine, and probably another 20 supply and battleships. It involved 4,000 troops, U.S. troops, and the rumor is that there were also British and Russian contingents within these 4,000 troops. It was a massive naval operation. It was not, as it has been presented to the public, that it was a peaceful expedition to explore the natural resources of the South Pole. But even more so, he found, to his amazement, that his planes were disappearing very quickly. A lot of his planes, a lot of them crashed into invisible barriers and disintegrated in mid-flight.
Later reports indicated that Admiral Byrd was given 8 months and unlimited funding to go in and pull this thing successfully off. But we also know that within 8 weeks he was totally defeated.
And in an interview at Buenos Aires on his way back, Admiral Byrd made the incredible statement that the Third World War would probably be with an adversary coming from the polar regions of.
So you see there, Project Blue Beam being already 1957, already being on there. You know, they were elaborating this because they crashed. You know, you can't have waters above without a support. You gotta have a dome shape. This is structurally talking about engineering. You know, the dome, you cannot have weight. If you have all this water above, if you don't have a dome grounded, you cannot hold the weight of the firmament above, of the waters above. Some people say, oh, if we are living little, we are not in Satan's little season because there is still a firmament. The firmament will not be removed. There was an opening when they scroll roll back. It's just like the sea. When Moses was crossing the sea, some version says the waters were held back. It's like it was just held momentarily so the people could walk past through. And same thing when the firmament was open and the New Jerusalem descended, you see the crack in the firmament and then roll back down, you know, because you cannot have all the waters above. You need to have a support, and the dome is the perfect. Otherwise, if you have flat, some people say, oh, the firmament's flat. No, you would need columns. I covered this with Russian vids like a year ago or more. You need to have columns. Just go to Walmart. The ceiling is flat, so that's why they have all those columns in the middle of the building, because to support the weight. But when you have a dome shaped like this, you don't need to have columns because all the weight is distributed on the sides, right? So more lands, it's not biblical because it's not only not biblical, but you know, you cannot have this weight, all the water above, without being without supports, you know. So now this idea that more land in the center, we never denied that, you know, the Globers say that there is no land in the middle. Even that KIC, the Kingdom in Context, Shan, he brought a military guy there saying, oh, there is no land. No, there is land there. I said that last week, the guy, the Garmin is like a fishing kind of GPS, and he was on the 80th parallel north. He was showing that's the farthest that Garmin can reach, you know, that fishing GPS. And when he was in the North Pole, or 80th north, the Garmin stopped saying no, there was nothing, only sea. But as he was speaking, you can see land behind his back. You know, there was like an island. So yeah, there is land. We never said that there is no land in the North Pole. It's there. You know, you've been showing this map here for, you know, for the longest time. But the Globers say there is no land there, not flat earthers, at least not me. But as far as lands beyond, you know, the firmament thoughts, that's why you can only fly 14. You know, let me bring back the map again. I have right here. That's why, I designed this map so long ago. And I have here 37 feet and 14,000 feet. So what does it mean? It means that in the center, around the North Pole, airplanes, commercial planes, fly up to 37,000 feet. But as it gets closer to the edge, it can only fly at 14,000 feet. Why? Well, because it's the shape of the dome. That's how domes are. They are tall in the middle, but they start lowering, as it gets towards the edge, it starts lowering down. I don't want to none of this stuff here. So this is not for you to see. You can have an idea, as it gets close to the edge, it gets lower. So you can fly. You cannot fly here 37,000 feet. Here in the middle, yes, but not at the edge. So this whole thing is about, this is the link, that there is more land that beyond the Antarctica. No, there's no way. Otherwise, they would fly just as high there as they would fly here in the center, but they don't, right? So there's no more land. 3,000 miles, there was the 2,700 miles, that was the farthest they went, and then their planes start crashing. So 3,000 miles is still a lot of land if you compare. It's the distance from New York to California. But infinite land, all that stuff, no, that's not biblical, and that's a big psyop. All right, guys, some of you are just arriving now, but I'm about to close. Okay, so guys, thank you very much for being here. I hope you guys have learned something. Try to share some stuff, and I appreciate for you guys to be here. And I think now we definitely conclude the 70 weeks of Daniel, dispensationalism. We are in Satan's little season, no doubt about it. There are great videos out there. You should just Google why I'm no longer dispensationalist. And you're going to find videos put out 10, 15, 20 years ago. Books, there are books. But don't fall into preterism. Look at Satan's little season. Great channels out there. I have an entire playlist now. So thank you everyone for being here. May the Lord bless and keep each one and every one of you. I'll see you back next week if the Lord so allows me to. Thanks everyone. Let's close with David J. Caron's song. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Wonderful, magical, celestial light, fantastical, mystical, wonderful sight. Belgian Swiss physicist Auguste Piccard, 1931, first to reach for the stars, was the first to explore the air view stratospherius. A scientist curious to see what was there. An aluminium black ball on a helium balloon, hydrogen with photos and instruments, sailed towards the moon, rose in just half an hour, 52,000 feet, 10 miles of temperature, up a dead drop in heat and cold, but disproving gravity. Wonderful, mystical, beautiful sight, flat line separation of black from blue light, a world run by deceivers, false make-believers, hiding in shadows, stealing our light. Mystical, fluorescent light, wonderful, magical, Skipper and Picard were the first ever known to reach up there. Divine luminescent light, mystical, wonderful, celestial light. So what was their eternal testimony? What did they report back to humanity? Said it seemed like a flat disk far as eyes can see, with an upturned edge fading into infinity. A mystical, ethereal, celestial sight, a divine creation, a clockwork of light, designed hid by deceivers and false make-believers, still cowering in shadows, still fearing our light. Here we go, higher than Everest, higher than airplanes, above zero fuels, higher than air. A level horizon, 360 around us, no motion beneath us, no spinning, no fair. Stars of the firmament, turn along around us to forever, short time as geometrically there. You'll never beat us, you'll never defeat us, forever beneath us. We see through you like air. Mystics of illuminant light, fantastical, magical, breathtaking. We see through you like air. Magical angels of light, beautiful, wonderful, celestial light. The first to see truth when they reach for the stars, explorers and physicists, Skipper and Picard. Never you'll defeat us, forever beneath us. We see through you like air.